Hi everybody, I'm Lil Ed.
And I'm Dr. John.
And tonight is enough already.
Yeah, you got that right. We got some interesting stuff to go over, so what do you think? Start the show?
Let's do it.
All right.
Ed, Dr. John, the podcast flow and tell Dr. John keeps it straight, making sure it's tight. Together there is force. The podcast we want so fly. Bringing truth and wisdom.
Did you get the Letitia James?
Ed, Dr. John, enough already clearing up on the airwaves.
All right, let's get into it, John.
Oh man, do we got some stuff.
We're
You've
gonna-
been off work all week.
Yeah,
I've been off work with this tooth most of the week.
so we're kind of wound up tonight.
Did we get to dig
And dig.
and dig?
We had fun doing that. We actually come across a website that's puts a lot of stuff together from, excuse me, from like Forbes magazine and Assets magazine and a few other
Yeah.
resources.
And all these rich politicians and all this
Right.
money they're making, and we're digging to see. You know, I don't understand it. Well, I do understand it. I know what's going on. Maybe you people don't understand, but you need to know what's going on. What's going on here? Let's tell them a little bit, Ed. Who you
Well,
want? Who you
let's
start with first?
Let's start with AOC since
Oh.
she happens to
Yep.
be my favorite.
And we did mistakenly say you
Oh,
28 million. We were wrong about that. That
Right.
was just something that was on the internet that was wrong.
It's only 13 million.
It's only 13 million. Oh, okay.
Yeah, when she was elected in 2019, at
Yeah.
174,000 a year, to me that's kind of a lot of money for somebody that works less than 6 months a year. But anyway, she's worth $13 million, and she's got all kinds of properties and a lot. She's got a lot going on.
I read where she has an apartment there in Queens, but nobody lives in it. And they said, oh, somebody stops and buys and gets the mail. Nobody's seen her at this address.
Right.
And
right.
she's staying in some luxury apartment somewhere else, but she's trying to look like she's the people's person.
Well, she likes to talk ghetto, but she grew up in one of the richest neighborhoods in New York.
Yeah.
Her father was an architect, so she made a lot. She grew up pretty lavishly. Her high school is basically rich people, so you know she's definitely a hood girl, though.
Okay.
Well, you know she was a barmaid, and then they elected her to Congress because apparently the left thought she'd be a good representative, and I gotta admit, so far she's not been bad. She remember the crying at the border thing for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Remember when she was going to fear for her life at the
at January 6th?
at the erection?
At the erection, when she wasn't even there.
She wasn't even there, but she was hiding behind the door, fearing for my life. They were going to
Crazy.
kill me.
Insane. Well, let's jump on it. Let's talk about Letitia James.
What about her?
Oh, she's only worth 17 million.
Oh, 17 million.
Right, and she's a prosecuting attorney.
Yeah, well.
Right, she gets $4.5 million a year lobbying for real estate investments. I know, right? I mean, how do you do that?
Well, I don't know why you lobby for real estate investments, but I guess it must pay good. Sounds like it does.
She actually received $150,000 before she filed the charges against Trump from George Soros himself, not from one of his organizations. She actually got the money from George Soros, which is kind of odd, and that's reported. That's reported.
George Soros. wait, that's already enough. We're not even going to get on him tonight.
Here's what's cool about Letitia, though. She's a one-hit wonder because she's just going to serve her term, and then she's going to go into politics.
Well, that's because she made so much money, and she knows there's more money in politics.
You're never going to guess what party she's going to run with.
Independence.
No, I knew you were going to say that. No, she's going to be running as a Democrat.
Yeah,
she has
well,
yet to
I guess-
say what office she's actually going to run for, but she's going to run.
Oh, they'll put her somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like
they'll
AOC.
find a place.
Oh sure. I mean,
Yeah.
anytime they got a mouthpiece like that, they're definitely going to
Find an area where people don't understand.
Absolutely.
Put her in there. Lie. Tell them what you're going to do.
Sure.
Vote her in.
Yeah, well, we're providing.
Hey, what about this though? I found this interesting. You know, Joe Biden said his net worth's only $10 million.
Joe?
Oh yeah, that's what they said.
Well-
Only 10 million.
What's Hunter's?
But they said
lot
Joe
of money.
Biden's worth like 80 million.
yeah, I got her at 86 million.
Yeah, $80 million. Jill
got-
Biden. She's Dr. Jill Biden, but what does she do?
She was an English teacher, bro.
Oh,
I like to call her not a doctor. Joe
okay.
Biden. Because she's not a doctor. They don't call Ben Carson doctor.
They said her net worth skyrocketed once she became first lady.
Oh yeah. Well,
Well, how does that happen?
so did Big Mike's.
Yeah, they said there's like $15 million of stocks that are absent from her tax records that
Amazing.
doesn't show up.
Amazing. She's got $30 million in real estate.
Yeah, and it says receives over $59 million in gifts from mysterious donors. $59 million in gifts from mysterious owners. And they said 1/3 of those are coming from Ukraine and Hong Kong.
Imagine.
What's up with that, Joe Biden?
Right, and that's
Why are you getting
documented.
gifts from Ukraine and Hong Kong? I don't get it.
It's all documented. This is all
And
coming
that's
from.
documented. And that's from Forbes.
That's
This
from
is
Forbes.
from Forbes magazine. This isn't some kind of bull crap I made up or bullshit.
Right.
I'm thinking.
We can make it up if you want.
They also said much of their
They make it
families
up.
got a lot of this money, these
Well,
mysterious
that's how they-
gifts that they can't seem to figure out where they're coming from.
That's how they hide a lot of it. Is the family owns a lot of the properties.
173 shell companies by the Biden cartel. Yeah, whatever.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about Joe a little bit later.
I'm sure he's got stock in Depends.
Yeah. God knows he's going through.
I mean, I don't want to make fun of anybody's got to wear those, but I'm saying,
Well, he should be president.
well, my God, did you see him take a crap there
At the Normandy thing?
at the Normandy
Yeah.
thing? Come on, Joe.
I'm getting used to seeing that, though. To be honest with you, it's not funny, but it is funny.
It's not funny because the man is in trouble.
But it is funny.
But he's running the country.
I don't know about
I mean,
that.
that'd be like my dad running the country, and he's in a nursing home. He's got
think-
dementia. You don't know what day it is.
I think Susan Rice and Barack Obama are running the country.
Well, somebody is, but it sure ain't Joe.
Anyway, let's talk about Chuck U. Schumer.
No, Chucky. Wait a minute. Let me do my Chucky imitation.
Yeah. Chucky was on TV the other day.
Here.
That's better.
That's how Chuck does it.
He was on TV the other day spouting about making the Dreamers and however other many citizens, right? Because we're not producing at a fast enough rate.
Who's not producing?
Americans,
Producing what?
babies. I mean, we only abort 1 million a year.
They told us they're trying to cut the population down, and he's complaining that we're not producing
No,
fast
they're-
enough.
They're trying to cut the conservative population down, John, not the population.
Okay.
People like us, they don't want us reproducing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's because
Too
we
late.
pay attention.
Right.
Because we don't follow suit, because we tell them, hey, you're doing wrong, and we know you're doing wrong.
Check this out.
We're tired of it.
Chuck's worth 81 million bucks, and guess where you're never gonna guess where he gets his money.
Hong Kong.
Not lobbying and real estate.
Oh,
Here's what's good about Chuck.
lobbying.
Chuck recently bought a 500 square foot plot in New York. It's worth over $1 million, and he paid $49,000 for it.
How do you do that?
Well, it was sold to him by a fellow Democrat. That's how they do this. You know what I mean?
And book deals.
It's kind of a you scratch, right? Or paintings.
Book deals is the biggest money laundering thing. You know, they gave Obama, I don't know how many millions of dollars to sign his book deal, somebody else to sign their book deal before the book's up, and then they give him all this money. Nobody's buying their book.
Look, Big Mike just sold a painting for $10 million. I didn't even know he was an artist.
He's not an artist.
Well, apparently so. He just sold a painting
He
for
is
$10
not an
million
artist. That's money laundering. Flat. No way that's money laundering.
I don't understand how they can invest in the stock market and then manipulate legislation to benefit the stocks that they've
That's
invested money in.
because they already know the legislation that's coming through months ahead of time.
Right.
And they know what's going to soar.
Well, they don't necessarily.
And then they go out and buy the stocks in it because they've got inside info what's going to happen, where the money's going, and then they go out and buy all the stock. Then they do this, bam, they make a bunch of money.
If you look at Nancy Pelosi, her old man's
She's the biggest crook there ever was.
her old man's probably the most successful stock buyer, broker, whatever you want to call him.
Let me do Nancy.
You got Nancy? Yeah, do Nancy. Let's do Nancy.
didn't buy a stock that ever wasn't ever that should have bought.
Yeah, it's not. It's
There's
not.
Nancy.
It's not.
She was buying it because that's not how it was. Come on, Nancy.
I don't know if she's retarded or half drunk. I don't
No,
know.
she's drunk all the time.
Well, we're drink too, but man, we don't sound that damn bad.
I don't sound like Nancy,
I got
I'll tell
false
you that.
teeth,
If
too,
I
and they
started
stay
sounding
in
like
my mouth.
Nancy, I'd quit drinking.
Right. Go ahead. Let me hear what Nancy's worth. What do you got on Nancy there, Doc?
Pelosi?
Yeah, let me
Oh,
hear.
God. I don't know. I might have something.
You got something?
Well, the last thing I said, they said 120, but it's 180 million because that was from 2018.
Right.
So now she's went up to 60 million. $46 million in real estate. 15
Imagine.
million And Apple stock, 16 million. I don't get this electronic manufacturing equipment. A bunch of these guys all have this in stocks.
Those are your microchips thing.
Quite popular with these guys.
Remember Biden's building all the microchip plants down in, well, actually.
In Belgium Place. She's 15 million in Belgium Place. There's a bunch of hotels in San Francisco. She owns all this stuff.
That is insane, dude.
$15 million.
Let's talk about Big Mike when you're doing
Where did she get that money?
Well, she stole it from American people.
She got a couple $100,000 a year.
It's ridiculous.
Well, her husband's a real estate tycoon,
sure.
they said, and he makes lots of money.
Well, when you
he ain't getting beat with a hammer.
When you buy property, when you buy properties for literally pennies on the dollar, it's pretty easy to be a real estate tycoon.
Well, that's ridiculous. These guys are robbing us blind with our money, and these guys setting them up and paying them, and you people are sitting around watching, and it's getting ridiculous, and we need to put a stop to it.
You know the Obama family has a $10 million yacht? Guess what they paid for it?
They paid nothing. Somebody probably gave it to them.
$310,000.
Yeah.
Which is chump change to the
That's
the
more
Obamas.
money laundering, Ed. That's more favors paid to you for the things you did.
I wonder who gave him that.
What about Alvin Bragg? He's worth $45 million. He's a saint. They told me, they wrote it up, he's a saint.
He is.
Oh, yeah.
CNN said he ain't worth that.
They said he charged $10,000 an hour for legal fees, had a 90% case winning record. Everybody wanted him. But you know, if you're charging that much money, then you're padding the pockets of whatever the case is, padding the judge, padding this, padding that, getting your verdict won.
Well, they're all worth a lot.
$10,000 an hour. I mean, you got that much money, and then you get a nice big sizable check when you win the case.
Right. Well, you know he got paid before and after the Trump trial. So.
And they said he's backed by with a lot of help from the Rothschild family.
Imagine that. Is that the Illuminati?
I don't know what they are, but you know, the Rothschilds. Of course, they had to be involved in there. We didn't even mention Soros.
I can't even believe they're still part of it, part of the program. I mean, we've been talking about the Rothschilds since what, the 20s? 30s?
Rothschilds have been around forever. They started the banking system.
Right. They cornered the fossil fuel market, oddly enough, with climate change. Well, it wasn't called climate change.
Which is going to be part of our rant tonight.
We were going to run out of fuel. So that, you know.
Yeah.
After they bought in and bought all into it, then they started to rumor we were running out of it.
But we went through quite a few of these politicians, but they're all doing this. They're all using insider trading on the stock market. They're all getting lobbyists giving them money. They're all dirty. They're in this. And I'm talking about, we only picked out a few, but this is getting bad. And American people need to know this stuff.
And for you guys out there,
start paying attention.
Think we're one-sided. We're going to do this again, though, for the Republican side, because they're just as dirty as the Democrats, and we're going to run them through it too. There's basically only.
Get ready, Republicans, because it's coming.
You better believe it. And you know, we might do a few more Democrats too, just because they're easy targets.
Adam don't think so. He's going, oh my God, what are these guys talking about? Rolling his head. Oh, I don't want to hear about it. The FBI's gonna be here tomorrow.
Probably will, but hey, I'm legal. Come on over.
Well, Ed,
let's do it.
What do you think?
3-minute
rant time.
I think so.
All
you want
right.
to take a break before that, or you would?
No, man, we're on a roll.
All right, we're gonna bust right into it.
We can't stop. We're on a roll, man.
Climate change.
I've been
is one
sitting
of my
here waiting on you
things.
for hours with Adam, you know.
I like to call it the climate scheme.
Another hour, I've been acting like Nancy Pelosi.
Well, sorry, but I was kind of. I was at the mercy of our healthcare system.
Wait a minute. All right. 3-minute rant.
I'm going to start with Al Gore.
Oh, geez.
Since we're broadcasting this on Al Gore's one
climate change. The climate change myth.
He's never once predicted one that came true. My favorite one is all the polar bears are going to be extinct by now. By 2013 is when he said, and there's actually 5 times more polar bears now than when he predicted it. So he was way off on that.
I didn't even know that.
You know, he's got 17 air conditioners on his house.
17? Oh my God.
Crazy.
Wait a minute, I thought we were supposed to be conserving. When am I going to do one of these Eds?
It's crazy.
Oh, Jesus.
I was actually, in 1938, you know, they said that the sun was going to be a source of energy. The very following year, Time magazine come out with scientists saying that it's going to warm the planet up. That's what the sun's supposed to do, is warm the planet.
Well, the Earth's going through a lot of phases, and it goes warmer, it goes cooler, it does everything.
Well, it never had. I mean, it's not like it's been steady ever.
They get these climate change activists on there and ask them how much CO2 is in the air, and the guys don't even know, or the women, whoever they're asking, don't even know. They say, oh, there's this much, but they don't even know, and they're supposed to be science.
We're talking
very
about
educated in this, and they don't have a clue how much the carbon's in the air.
No clue, none. And we're talking about a planet that's gone through ice ages and droughts, and actually North and South Pole has reversed polarity. Volcanoes are still erupting. One volcano will chirp more greenhouse gases in one burp than every car on the planet will in a year or more even. It's ridiculous. But you got people that believe this. And, you know, I love Florida. It's one of my favorite places. And I can remember being a young man thinking that the climate change was I think it was actually global warming at that point in time. And thinking it was all going to be gone by the time I was an old man. And here I am, an old man, and I'll be damned if I didn't vacation in Panama City this year. And the beach was still there where it was when I was 18.
So what happened to the hole in the ozone? Remember that?
Oh,
we had a big hole in the ozone.
We done past that.
We got to keep going for a few minutes.
It's over, but I got to talk about Joe Biden. Joe Biden went to the
It
North.
ain't over. We're going to keep going. The rant's
We're
on.
going to add a few more minutes to this.
A couple more minutes of this rant.
Joe Biden flew to Normandy to France for the Normandy celebrations for the D-Day invasion, day before yesterday. She flew back for Hunter Biden's pretend court case down over in Delaware, and now she's flying back to France from Delaware for a dinner tonight. Now, these are the people telling you that your car's killing the atmosphere, but yet she's just put, how many miles is it across the pond? I mean, it's a lot. Adam, you know?
That's because they don't matter. They do as they want. And
then you got
we do
Kim
as they
Kardashian,
please.
flies from one coast to the other for a piece of cheesecake, and then flies back. These people are ridiculous. Now,
Oh,
listen,
yeah, but we're going to all die because of the climate change.
now I'm going to tell you why the country's warming up. We
Oh.
keep building roads, we keep building that, parking lots, we keep doing that. So yeah, you're gonna have more reflecting, more heat being absorbed from parking lots and roadways.
And we're not
It's just
planting
the way
enough
it is.
trees. And
Yeah.
cutting down rainforest, cutting down this.
Right,
That's not helping anything.
Even though the Corn Belt probably produces more oxygen than the
Yes,
rainforest
all
ever
that
does.
plants, that's what they do. People
That's
don't
right.
understand that. They forget about this. They say, oh, cars are bad.
I just want to make one more point. More people die in cold weather climates than warm. And we live basically in a cold weather climate, and I cannot wait to get the hell out of here and move to a warm climate.
And that's a 3-minute rant. And we're going to take a break. So, Ed, what is this about the Hunter Biden laptop?
Well, it seems as though that he had a gun case with cocaine residue in it.
Yeah.
And his own family's testified against him.
Yeah.
But the most important part of it
What about
is
that laptop, though?
The
That was,
FBI
it was
says-
all Russian different disinformation.
51 of them said it was Russian, had all the earmarks of Russian disinformation.
And now what?
All bullshit. The FBI's testified that it's legitimate, it's Hunter's laptop, and everything on it's the absolute truth.
Legitimate?
Yeah.
How can it be legitimate all
Even
of a
naked
sudden?
pictures of his 12-year-old niece or 14-year-old niece or however.
It's
she
all
was.
legitimate now.
Yep. The FBI testified in court that the laptop's for real. The laptop from hell, as my favorite president.
And they're
likes to
using
say.
it as evidence.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's why he's in jail. I'm not going to say he's going to get convicted because we have a
Well, you know he's not getting convicted.
we have a two-tier justice system. So
He'll get out of this, but I find
Absolutely.
it but now that they've submitted it as evidence, can't they?
well, that's what's happening now. Is you have a bunch of people saying, "Wait a minute, well, first of all, it's already been proven that if the laptop would have been real, a lot of people would not have voted for Biden." So basically, that's election
So wait a
interference
minute,
in
so we can get
itself.
Alvin Bragg to prosecute Biden because it was a hush money, or was a,
Well,
wait, how are we going to call that?
Hold on a second.
A hush laptop cover up.
He can't be Biden because he's DA in New York, but he could certainly do Hillary Clinton.
Well, yeah,
We need
that's
to get,
going to happen.
We need to get her called in right
She
now
probably
because
slept with him.
she did way worse than Trump ever dreamed of doing. But yeah, the Hunter Biden laptop, and this is from the USA Today, which is not necessarily a conservative magazine.
You know what I find interesting? Trump's on trial. Every 2 minutes, all I seen on the news was Trump's on trial. Trump's on trial. Alvin Bragg's doing this. Oh, they're doing that.
Now it's convicted felon Donald Trump.
Now, Hunter Biden's on trial. Not a peep on the news. Maybe just a little snippet. Nobody's talking about nothing.
Nobody
They're not
said
putting
shit
it out
about
there.
Joe
Nobody's
flying
putting it
around the
on.
world to support. You know what?
But they're not putting it out there to let people know. They're covering it up with the media.
The Biden family shows up every day at the court with their Secret Service people in tow. I think that's jury intimidation. I mean, it's just ridiculous how this is happening. If you don't see this as a two-tier justice system, then you just ain't paying attention.
No, you got to pay attention, people, because it is, and they can do it to you if they did what they just can do it to you. I don't want to get into it.
If it was me and you with the same stuff that Hunter Biden did, they would
I'd
already
already be
put us
in jail.
Yep, we'd be in prison already. We wouldn't be living in a $13 million bungalow in Florida with the Secret Service detail, making sure our crack dealers showed up on time. Did I say that out loud?
That's called political privilege.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way better than white privilege is what I got.
But I just got to say, Trump was right. Trump was right in the debates, and Biden knew. Biden knew that the laptop was real. Biden knew that he was lying. Not that anybody, Biden, his mouth is open, he's lying. But I mean, it's totally proven now that the FBI has proven that the laptop existed.
And what about this Bob Mendez guy that's on trial?
Oh,
Nobody knows
Bob
about
Menendez,
this.
just 2 blocks from the Trump trial.
Gold bars in his suits, in his pockets.
In his defense, those were given to his wife, John. Those
Oh,
were
yeah,
given
from
to him.
who gave them to him? Egypt?
Egypt gave him the gold bars. Yep. Gold
He's
bars.
on what, Foreign Affairs Committee or whatever he is?
And they all have this really super expensive Mercedes for some reason.
Everybody gets the same fancy Mercedes Benz.
AOC, Chuck Schumer, Bobby Menendez, who's now an independent. He's no longer a Democrat because he makes the Democrats look bad.
He was too bad for the Democrats. They kicked him out.
You really gotta be a...
That's bad when the Democrats kick you out.
You think they'd celebrate that shit? You know, oh, he's a criminal. I thought after they convicted Trump of their little fake kangaroo court thing, I thought they'd all like him once he was a convicted criminal.
Say, why don't you come be a Democrat? You're a felon now. You fit right in with us.
Well, you know what? The truth is, most Democrats are probably going to be voting for that man come November anyway.
But he was getting money from Egypt and some who's the other country?
There's a few African countries that were paying him money,
because they wanted weapons and they wanted him to lobby for him to get weapons.
Right, and Biden just gave another $125 million worth of aid to Ukraine today or yesterday.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that nuts?
That Jill be getting a check for $50 million here in another 2 weeks.
My opinion is if we can afford to give Ukraine I don't know what we give them now, like $700 billion, then we're paying way too much taxes. If we can give that kind of money to those guys like that, then
give the American people $700 billion. See what happens one time.
We would become a powerhouse. We would run everybody out.
Yeah.
Which we're gonna do when Trump's elected president. Don't forget to vote.
Yes, we need you, and you people need to get out and vote. You need to get your friends to vote. Everybody's got to get on it because it's gonna be
their friends to vote.
Because you don't know what's coming.
Bongino says the 10-10-10 rule. Send 10 emails, talk to 10 people to vote, and what's the other one? 10 emails, 10 friends.
And 10 something.
Send something, I don't know. But we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to tell all your friends, register. 10 people to register is what it was. And we got to get this taken care of. We got to overrun their algorithms because they're going to try to cheat again. They don't have COVID this time, so it's going to be a little better than it was last time. But
so what do you think is going to happen to Hunter Biden?
Nothing. I think he's going to walk out of that courtroom saying, "Hey, fuck you guys, I'm a Democrat."
So easy.
Did I say that?
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're okay with it.
Sorry about the language. Little family. It's not a family show, okay? So, but I don't think Hunter Biden's going to.
What's our email?
Enough already at. Well, you gotta have the underscore.
Yeah, keep talking.
At gmail.com, right? Right, Adam?
I think it was Ed and Dr. John at gmail.com.
I don't got my phone.
God dang it. Hold on a second. Is it on here?
It's Ed and Dr. John.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
Ed and Dr. John at Gmail. Ed. A-N-D. You shut it off?
No, I'm coming right back.
We're just doing shit. We're finishing out the show. Hang
I had
with
to
us.
get my Verizon powered phone here. And it's
We'll
an
just put it up here in
Android.
front of the camera so everybody can see what our email is so they can email us if they want to.
It's an Android phone because I'm an American.
It is Ed and Dr. John.
Ed and Dr. John at gmail.com.
That's your YouTube, is the other one you're thinking about.
Yeah, that's our email address. Email us if you want. Hell, you could tirade into us and give us a rant. You
Email
can tell us
even
you
if
love
you
us. We
don't
don't
want.
care. We're all up for it.
Yep, it's Ed and Dr. John at gmail.com. Adam
All
was
right.
totally right.
So
I didn't even need to go get my
look up
phone.
that Bob Mendez trial. Look up that Hunter Biden trial. Keep track of what's going on because the media don't want you to know. And
He's
people
from New
need to
Jersey.
know.
You can find it. It's out there. This is Bob's second time around of getting caught taking bribes and stuff, but why he's still even a politician is beyond me.
Yeah, and I think we'll end up with a wrap, huh?
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
I'm Dr. John.
I'm the lead.
It's enough already. See you, people. Watch us.
Dropping knowledge bombs on the mic. I'm Dr. John, keeps it straight and making sure it's tight. Together there are forces, the podcast we want so fly. Bring the truth and wisdom.
Yeah, speak out.
For the sky. And Dr. John, enough already, very